Welcome back to the channel, Upcyclers. Got a fun one today. It's a grading reveal. I haven't actually looked at the grades yet. I did unpack it just so if I put the box here, it messes up all my focus and all that stuff. So I've got the little stack over here. What we have today is the first return of Marvel cards from CGC. Now, sports people know CSG. Just a quick little bit of background. CSG is one part of the greater company CGC, which has little sub companies that handle different types of grading. These guys are the big dogs in comic book grading and have been for a very long time. So it was actually surprising to me a while back when I found out they didn't actually grade Marvel cards. But they decided to start grading Marvel cards as part of their CGC trading card subdivision, which previously had done things like Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, all that kind of stuff. If you'd watched my other video a couple weeks back with the Harry Potter cards, that was kind of like a test run of just sending stuff into them in general, and very speculative about those Harry Potter trading game cards. And so when they started doing Marvel cards, I gathered up some Marvel cards that I'd been sitting on and I sent those in. Overall, I love the look of the slabs. I'm very pleased with everything. And I did actually just last week, right about the time these came back, send in a very large 80 plus card order, which when it comes back, I'm probably gonna have to divide it up into several videos of the new Marvel Metal Spider-Man stuff. I did quite a bit of stuff on the ePack site. I had an absolute blast with it. I traded with people. I bought, I sold, I chatted. It was just a lot of fun. And I ended up with a pretty good batch of cards. So I sent them in. And hopefully I get those back fairly quickly, and I'm looking forward to showing those to you as well. So let's get to it and let's see what we've got here. First off, we have a 9. This is this would be the second year of the Impel Marvel Universe stuff from 1991. This is Avengers versus Kang. Oh, one thing I should note, their grading scale is more like BGS or what CSG used to be before they updated their labels. So a 9.5 is actually a gem mint, and a 9 is a mint, and then they have a 10 grade, which is pristine, and then they actually have a perfect 10. So if you think about it, it really follows basically the same as what BGS does with their stuff. So a 9 is actually pretty good, especially in a card, you know, what, 31-ish years old. All right, moving on. Same set, one of these arch enemies card, Thor versus Ulik, also a 9. Here is Cyclops, also in a 9. Get him up in the corner of the frame there so it looks pretty. And then we have, there's our first gem mint. There is Gambit. These are really cool cards. I know there's a lot of Spider-Man people out there, and I certainly enjoy my Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong. I've watched all the movies. You know, I'm not personally a comic book collector, but hopefully my enjoyment of Marvel cards lately doesn't get me into it, because the last thing I need to do is start collecting more stuff. My wife will probably kill me. Hey, another gem mint. That is Rogue. Here, you know what let's start doing? Let's get a stack of the 9s going right here, and then we'll show the 9.5s. There we go. That looks good. Let's see. What are we going to go with here? This is Flir Ultra X-Men 95. This is pretty cool. I don't know how it comes across on camera, but you see it's that clear acetate style. That got an 8. I wasn't expecting gem grades on some of these cards. Some of these cards were just cool. Some of this stuff, honestly, is just PC stuff for myself. This is probably in that category. I just really like the look of this card. I'm not surprised by an 8. Let's put that over there for now. Get a little 8 pile going. There's an 8.5 of Jubilee from that same set. I just like the look of it. I'm sorry, this is, I should mention, this was one of the like the, what'd you call it, like a rare like chase card that came from that set. Same with the Beast. It's called a suspended animation cell. That's why you get that like acetate. You can, you know, where you can see through it, the clear look, and it's supposed to kind of look like, you know, an animation cell from the making of the old cartoon show. And that's what got me into that, because while I was not a big, you know, comic book collector, reader, etc. back in the day, you know, that was like my prime, you know, middle school years to into early high school years, and I really did enjoy the old X-Men cartoon. It was, you know, probably second to me behind that Batman the Animated Series, which, you know, people will argue, you know, that versus some of the more modern movies and, you know, Mark Hamill's version of the Joker and all that good stuff. But those were two of the best, in my opinion, animated shows probably ever, and I truly did enjoy them. This is another one of the suspended animation cells. This one's a 7.5 of Storm. Again, just a really cool looking card. I actually am kicking around the idea of just trying to collect this whole set. I don't think there's that many of them. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say less than 20 of these cards in the set. You know, it's all the big X-Men characters. So I think it would actually look cool all, like, you know, displayed together and stuff. Okay. This is Flir Ultra X-Men. This is the Hunters and Stalkers. This is from that same set, but a different one of the, I don't know if you would call it a chase card or a hit or a just an insert, but I just thought this was a really cool looking card. I actually picked this one up, I think at a card show a while back. Anyway, I'll put that with the 9s. I just kind of had it, and when I needed to gather up some Marvel cards, because just like with the other CSG and CGC stuff, you need to send them whatever it is, like 10, 15, 20 cards in an order to get a discount. So, you know, there were a couple cards I had to throw in here that were, you know, maybe a little questionable just to get the discount on the bulk for the order. Okay. Oh, this is a cool one. This is a Black Panther, and I'll tell you what, if I can find it real quick. Let me just look. This was one I actually bought really cheap in some random slab, and I wanted to experiment and see what would happen if I sent it in for grading. I cracked it and sent it in for grading, and I swear I have it somewhere here. Sorry, I don't know where it went, but this was a Gem 10 in, you know, like some rando shady looking slab. So I did want to send it in and see what happens. Hey, and sure enough, it's actually a Gem in. One of those grading companies actually did a good job. That's very nice. I actually did look this one up ahead of time. This one, if it, you know, came in a gen, I think there was some sales on this. You know, I mean, I was probably a PSA 10 I was looking at, but it might have been $100, $200 or something, which probably Black Panther's a pretty popular character. And not a ton of this set. This is the third year, 92, so this would be the year after this one. I'm sure a lot of you, anybody that looks at Marvel cards is familiar with the 1990 set. That's a pretty iconic one. Don't think there's any in here. I have a few in my collection, but anyway, this is the 91, second year. Actually called the Universe Series 2, Series 3. But this is the Black Panther from Series 2. So I'm very happy with that one. Yeah, that'll probably be a PC keeper card. That's a cool one. All right. Moving on. Flir Ultra X-Men 95 Cyclops. Sinister Observations Chromium. Again, from the set we were talking about earlier. Another one of the insert chase cards, whatever you want to call it. Just a really cool looking card. And for the age, probably a pretty fair grade. And to be perfectly honest, I cannot remember where I got some of these cards from. I've just had them, you know, in top loaders, in with some Marvel stuff for quite a while. All right, now I think we've got a number of, Marvel Masterpiece cards. These are like, I believe this started in 92, so I think I've got some 92s, 93s in here of those. These are ones that I looked over and looked like they were pretty clean. This is an interesting one. See where it says commemorative? I don't know if you can read that, but let's see. Commemorative buyback right here. That is actually incorrect. When I got the notification back that it was done, you know, and you had to, like, you know, confirm it or whatever, I noticed that. So in 2016, they did like a buyback thing, and the cards got, I think, they got a stamp on them, like right there that said like Marvel Masterpieces, and this one doesn't have it. So they actually, I didn't put this on there when I put in my order. They corrected it to this, but actually made a mistake. I reached out to them, and so I'm still going back with their customer service to get this fixed. So far, they've been pretty responsive, no complaints, but yeah, that is not actually quite the right label on the slab. Now, continuing on with Marvel Masterpiece. There's a nice one. There is a Gem Mint She-Hulk from 93. So this would be the second year of Marvel Masterpiece. There is first year Marvel Masterpiece, and you can see the slight difference in the design. See, this one has that gold border with that font at the bottom, and this has the name with the little like 3 lines coming off the side and no actual like border line. That got an 8.5. Phoenix 92. This is that same first year like the Apocalypse. Cyclops. I like my X-Men stuff. That is a 9.5. That is a Gem Mint. That is awesome. Excited about that. Hey, now we're getting hot. Nightcrawler 93. That is a Gem Mint. Marvel Masterpiece. And the last card is Jean Grey. Hopefully gets a better grade than the Phoenix. It got exactly the same grade as the Phoenix. There is Jean Grey, Marvel Masterpiece, 1993. 1993. And yeah, that's everything I've got. I'd love to hear from any of you if you've tried sending anything in Marvel cards, either to the new stuff at CGC or, you know, if you sent stuff into PSA. I do have some Marvel stuff that I sent into PSA back in the July National Special that still haven't come back, but I think they're almost done with. I should be getting those back soon. It'll be interesting to know how they compare. There was a number of Marvel Masterpiece cards in there, so it'll be interesting to compare the grading to this, because I bought it all in the same lot. So, and I examined them at the same time, and I just sent some of them to PSA and some of the CGC. So I would expect that the cards should be in similar condition and get similar grades. So it'll be interesting to see what PSA thinks about it. Anyway, as always, if you enjoy this kind of content, please do like, subscribe, tell your friends, and otherwise, have a great day, and thank you very much for your time. Take care.